Hi everyone, welcome to Film World Recap channel. Today we are explaining about the super movie released in 2011 called 247 Degrees Fahrenheit. Four friends travel to a lakeside cabin for a carefree weekend. The fun turns into a nightmare when three of them end up locked in a hot sauna. Every minute counts and every degree matters as they fight for their lives in the heat up to 247 degrees Fahrenheit. Before watching the full story of the film, please subscribe the channel, like it and turn on the notification icon. Let's go to the movie. The film begins with Jenna and her boyfriend returning home from a dinner. Their vehicle gets into a fatal accident on the way. Her lover dies there, leaving a memory that Jenna cannot forget. 3 years later, Jenna forgets this incident a bit. But still afraid to think about a boyfriend. Jenna's friend Renee calls Jenna to go have fun at a beautiful place in the lakeside. Jenna likes this. Renee's boyfriend Michael and his friend Ian also join this trip. Michael is a playful, carefree boy. They come to Ian's uncle's house, which is in that beautiful place. Ian's uncle Wade gives them a good drink as soon as they arrive. But Jenna refuses this because she is taking medicine. The medicine makes her dizzy. They are having dinner and Wade tells them about a festival and tells them to come and enjoy themselves. Later, Jenna plays with Wade's dog and tells Renee when she sees Wade drugging Michael. Renee says that Michael is very addicted to drugs, but he won't stop even though she tells him to stop. Renee asks Jenna if she is enjoying the trip. Jenna says that she is happy. Wade goes early to the festival because he has been entrusted with the fireworks display of the festival. When the group is about to leave, Michael finds a hot room at Wade's house. He invites others to have fun in the hot room. But Jenna is not going to like this. But because of Renee's request, she goes upstairs to get ready. She goes to the hot room with 2 bottles of water. When the group is in the hot room, Ian says that his uncle made it, and that it works by heating stones in an electric furnace. After some time, the group starts sweating due to the heat, and because of that, the group goes and jumps into the lake. They come back to the hot room after swimming in the lake. They do so several times. After a while, Michael asks Renee to go to another room to have sex, but she refuses because Michael is too drunk. Angered by this, Michael takes more drugs and goes to the party. Going back to the hot room, Renee says that she is disappointed because Michael is taking drugs and that when they go to a party, she takes care of him and doesn't enjoy the party. He is not like that before, now he has changed. But Ian says one thing after another to save his friend. At that time, a sound is heard from outside. Renee tries to open the door, fearing that Michael is in trouble. But Renee can't open the door. So Ian tries to open the door, but Ian can't open the door either. They have a problem with not being able to open the door, and at this point, Jenna starts to panic and scream. Renee asks Jenna if she took her medicine today. Jenna says that she didn't drink medicine today because she is getting used to living without medicine. Renee shouted at Michael through the glass, but he did not respond. They are wondering how they could not open the door as the heat inside is increasing more and more. Jenna says that Michael tried to make a joke because he was drunk and now he seems to have forgotten. But Renee doesn't believe that Michael would do that. Renee looks through the glass of the door and sees something leaning against the door. Renee suggests breaking the glass, but Ian still doesn't want to damage his uncle's property. Ian says let's find another way because we can stay like this for a while longer. Jenna notices something behind the thermometer in the room. Ian looks at it and says that this is the thermostat and it has to be controlled from outside. Nothing can be done from inside the room. At that time, the electric furnace makes a noise. At the same time, they realize that the temperature in the room is slowly increasing. Anxious Renee takes a piece of wood and tries to break the glass. Realizing that the piece of wood cannot break the glass, Ian takes a stone from the furnace and drops it in the water. When the heat of the stone decreases, he tries to break the glass, but the glass does not break, and Ian's hand is injured. Again he hits the glass with the stone and the glass shatters. A little air is coming in from the hole. They called Michael again, but there was no response from Michael this time either. Even if you look at the light, no one can be seen. They realize that Michael has not locked the door. A ladder is stuck outside the door. The hole cools the room a bit, so they get some comfort. But Ian says that because the room temperature controller has been increased to 85 Celsius, the temperature is increasing more and more. Because of that, Ian tries to remove the ladder by tying a stone to a towel but fails. Renee says let's break the thermostat before the temperature rises. Ian says that if that fails, the temperature will go to maximum. After that, Ian does an electric shot and tries to kill the electricity and turn off the furnace. He removes a light bulb in the room, short-circuits it and reinstalls it, but unfortunately, he gets electrocuted and falls unconscious on the floor. The two girls help Ian. The situation worsens when the light bulbs go out in the room. Meanwhile, Uncle Michael prepares to set off fireworks with Wade. Wade's dog hears the sound of the group inside the hot room and comes over the hot room and starts barking. The group in the hot room hears the sound of the dog and starts yelling with hope. The intelligent dog hears their cries and realizes they are in trouble. The dog is bringing Michael there with him. That's when Uncle Wade sets off fireworks, and Michael can't hear the screams of the group in the hot room because of that noise. The dog then takes Uncle Wade to the screaming crowd in the hot room, but meets Michael on the way. Uncle Wade takes him home to give Michael more drugs. In the meantime, the situation is getting worse as the people in the hot room are running out of water. Anxious, Renee tries to break the thermostat by hitting it with a rock, and Jenna tries to stop her. In between, the stone hits Renee's head, injuring her head and causing her to lose consciousness. Jenna gets a big shock from this incident. Ian takes Renee away from the furnace and tries to reassure Jenna that everything is fine. But Jenna is unable to get over the shock. Now the temperature has become too much for them to bear. Anxious Jenna rushes to the thermostat and starts hitting it. The thermostat breaks and the heat output from the stove increases unimaginably. As the temperature continues to rise, Ian, desperate for all hope, desperately tries to destroy the furnace. The furnace explodes and Ian is tragically killed. At that time, an amazing thing happens and Jenna is able to open the door of the hot room. Jenna opens the door, comes out, drinks water and goes to the room to take medicine. But she starts to feel like she has no feelings. When she regains consciousness, she realizes that she is still in the hot room. Her shock has increased and illusions have started to form. Michael comes into the house at that time. Since no one is in sight, he takes more drugs and falls asleep. Meanwhile, hot room Renee regains consciousness. Jenna hangs over the hole to make Renee breathe easier. After the stove explodes, a gas leak occurs, and Jenna tries to close the gas pipe. After that, it shows the reason for not being able to open the door in the past. When Michael was drunk, he removed the things here and there, and when he didn't know the ladder, he leaned against the door and when Renee shook the door, the ladder was pressed against the door. The movie comes back to the present. Uncle Wade enters the house. Uncle sees Renee hanging by the hole in the door. Anxious Uncle quickly opens the door. When Uncle Wade sees what has happened, he quickly calls the police and an ambulance. Ian dies while Jenna survives. Michael regrets his mistake. At the end of the movie, Renee tries to hold Jenna's hand with tears in her eyes. Subscribe the channel and comment your valuable opinion and like it. See you in the next movie.